Well, everything that relates to protecting migratory waterbirds and birds, and our resident species as well, some of them do migrate, brings us here. Israel is a member in AEWA, is a member in CMS, and beside this, in Israel, all these species are protected, with or without the agreement. And if this can increase our efforts and the cooperation with the neighboring countries and along the flyway, then we must be here. In fact, it's all year long you see migratory birds. During the summer, late summer, from late July till October, only over 500,000 white storks pass over Israel. And just as the white stork ending their migration, it's 45,000 pelicans from Greece to Kazakhstan are passing through Israel to Sudan. And then it's the cranes. 40,000 cranes arrived into Israel and then winter in the Hula Valley. And I just give the number of the big birds, but we get birds from Mongolia to Central Europe passing over Israel on the way to Africa and vice versa. So, as we know from work in Israel, that not less than 500 million birds pass over Israel. Water birds, but also non-water birds, birds that avoid the sea of the Mediterranean or avoid the Red Sea, and that's why we work so hard to protect them. It's a station and or stopover site, especially in the fall, because it's the last green patch before crossing Sinai and the Sahara, and we promote the conservation of these wetlands to serve as the stopover for those waterfowl on the migration. The problem in Israel, and this is a big challenge for us, we are a dry country, and when there is water it needs to human activity, and we try harder to solve this issue and to have water available for birds, aquatic habitats, and yet functioning as ecosystem. I think about 300,000 Israelis go every winter to see in the Hula Valley, which is a Ramsar site as well, cranes that are wintering and pelicans and so on. So it's a big issue on one end. On the other hand, water is a big issue for the life of Israelis, Jordanians, because we share the same water reservoir, which is the Sea of Galilee or Sea of Nazareth. We have cooperation with European countries, with some African countries, but hardly any with our neighbors in relate to water birds. There is good cooperation with the Jordanians and Palestinians on biological control, for example, but this has nothing to do directly with water birds. Of course it has an influence because we try to promote the reduction of the use of agrochemicals that for sure, from what we know, affect also water birds in our area, but directly we have no cooperation, unfortunately, although it's a flyway for birds without political boundaries. For sure, if there would be cooperation with the neighboring countries along the Rift Valley, maybe we can promote better conservation of these species. We have one big event that is now becoming a tradition by its own, and this is happening in one of our nature reserves. It's an event for the public. Of course, it's not only on water birds, it's every migratory species, and in this event it's mainly for families and with kids. Every year over 1,000 people participate, and the highlight is the release of rehabilitated birds from the Israeli Wildlife Hospital. This year there were 2 storks, 2 steppe buzzards, and 4 kestrels. And then we celebrate in some other nature reserves that we invite the public, and the public is from all sections and socio-economic, but the Jews, Muslims, neighbors from nearby and around, people driving dozens and even more of kilometers to participate. And hopefully next year also other NGOs would join the Israeli Nature and Parks Authority in celebrating it.